Alright, so our presentation is on GMOs by me, Jake Armstrong.
Me, Brian Bojorquez.
Me, Connor.
GMOs, commonly referred to or known as genetically modified organisms, are widespread in our society today. As this graph shows, corn and soybeans are two of the highest selling crops in 2011. However, over 90% of each crop is genetically modified in the United States. This combination of genetic modification to amount sold means that there's very high chance that almost every American has eaten a genetically modified crop in their lifetime. This map shows the strictness of GMO labeling laws around the globe. A lighter green means less strict, while a darker green means more strict, and blue means that it's banned. As shown in the map, the US does not have any GMO labeling laws, so people can be eating them unknowingly. This image shows the current discrepancies between beliefs on GMOs. Some people believe that they should be GMOs and that they're fine, while others believe that they shouldn't be sold. Richard Roberts, a Nobel laureate, says that there is no specific evidence that GMOs are inherently more dangerous than regular plant breeding. However, the Institute for Responsible Technologies says that GMOs are linked to dead livestock and damaged organs in lab animals. Scientists are unknowing of the true effects of GMOs.
The clear problem is that people do not fully understand the extent to which GMOs affect society. Recently, genetically modified foods have become one of the most controversial topics in the past several years. Many environmental organizations and public interest groups have been actively protesting against genetically modified food for years. Recent controversial studies state that the effects of GMOs the effects of genetically modified food aren't as bad as people say they are. In many places, especially Europe, genetically modified food products have been unwelcome for health reasons, although there are no clear results that GMOs have inherent negative health effects. As a reaction to the growing public concern on genetically modified food products, many governments across the world have taken different approaches to tackling the topic of GMOs.
A possible solution to solving this problem is to implement something into the public education that informs the public about GMOs and the effects that GMOs cause on us and our environment. This could be implemented in all types of curriculums around the US and the world. It could start at a younger age, building upon lessons as time passes, or lessons can be focused on teenagers and above to confirm that they are retaining the information. Public education is necessary for the success of GMOs because currently people are basing their opinions and actions on information that is biased towards certain corporations. If we educate the public on the correct facts on GMOs, then there would be much less controversy in the world today. Some of the pros to this solution is that it would be inexpensive to get schools to teach this topic. The information taught will spread throughout posterity and generations to come, and the information will reach a lot of people. The cons are that kids might not retain all the information and that it could be hard to get all schools to participate in the US. If this was implemented in today's society, then the percentage of people who don't have an opinion on GMOs would go down drastically. Some of the limitations of this solution is that some teachers may be underqualified and cannot teach it in their curriculum, and another limitation would be that larger schools might not be able to teach to all the students attending. Overall, this solution will work effectively because it will spread the word about GMOs and what effects they have on our environment. This change in curriculum would give future generations the right mindset when thinking about GMOs and would put an end to the controversy in America and the world.
One of the solutions that people have instilled in is GMO regulations, which is most often country or region specific. Europe, for example, has some of the most stringent GMO regulations in the world. Some countries like Greece even ban GMO production. In the US, the solution gets a little more complicated. Regulation of genetically modified crops in the United States is divided among 3 agencies: the Environmental Protection Agency, the Food and Drug Administration, and the United States Department of Agriculture. Each of these agencies regulates transgenic crops from different perspectives. Some pros of this solution is that it ensures high level protection of life. It lays down community procedures for the authorization and supervision of genetically modified food and feed, and lays down provisions for the labeling of genetically modified food and feed. Some cons would be that it is confusing because there are 3 agencies that have jurisdiction over genetically modified food in the United States. The implications would be that genetically modified food would be available as well as regulated for human protection. And the limitations would be that the rules and regulations for genetically modified food products could be ignored in times of crisis for food.
In the end, we decided that GMO regulations are our solution. Regulating GMOs would mean that the chances of people getting sick, if there are detrimental effects to GMOs, is extremely low, as any GMOs that have been found to be unhealthy will be taken off the shelf before they are actually on the shelf. Public education would inform people and give them the liberty to choose whether or not they want to eat GMOs. However, if defects are found and they aren't posted up in time and the curriculum isn't up to date, then people can get sick from eating the unhealthy GMOs before they even know about them. The regulations would lower these chances, and therefore this is our option. Thank you.